Greeting everyone, my name is Rkive and nice to see you in this video. In the footage, you might see me unpacking my food, but for this video, actually I'm not really focusing about my food and what I eat, but I would love to share some of my thought as well as my experience, also maybe add some storytelling in this one. Actually, I'm growing up in one environment. Most of my female friends, most of them thinks like female and male could not make friends or they could not be best friends. Some way like when I step closer to other people and they more like shaping us. I also experienced it myself as well as I used to did that as well when I was young. But when I grow up, I think that making friends with the opposite sex is very important. It gives us a very good vibe, like different opinion, different idea, as well as I could learn more about them. You know, talking to different sex it doesn't mean like we flirting or take it to what the couple levels. The thing is, I like we just want to make friends. That's what I can say. Like I do believe that platonic love it really exists. Actually, I just jumped into my college, which is I make a lot of friends there. They are pretty good, and I do appreciate it. But it's like not a bad things. But I would say that people when they are in a big group, sometimes we might overlook them. Like we not really deep understand what is their interest, what is their perception, because like we stay as a group for a whole time, we have a lot of people to focus on. Sometimes we overlook them. But currently, let me share one story with my male friends. It's really rare for both of us in order to spend time together, like only two of us. As I mentioned, like we are in a big group, so mostly we spend time together and we just know about the general stuff with one and another. But for me, I would say that I'm a type of person who really love deep conversation, and that is the time that I do appreciate that I can spare some time to stay with my male friend in order to learn more about him. I feel like I'm more related to him. I also do appreciate how he feels comfortable enough in order to share about his childhood, share about like what he has done when he was a child. And those type of conversation, it's really comfy, and I really love those kind of conversation. Like at that times, he has a trip with his classmate because we study different major, and of course we have different assignment in order to complete. Otherwise, about his major is about professional communication, which he has to complete his project, like go to the province and some kind of stuff. And at the time, he invited me in order to join his trip. At first, I would say that I'm not really sure that whether I can go with him, because like he's not invited only me, but in all the group. But other friends, they also have their work, they also busy with their tight schedule, so only me that available at that time. And I do want to go, but I'm step back a little bit because as I said, we always in a big group. I'm not like, I never only like stay only with him, so I'm not quite sure whether our trip is gonna have fun or are we going to get along well. Those are my concern. But otherwise, I do love my commitment at that year is that I try to do something that's make me feel uncomfortable. If I feel not good with it, I'm gonna do it. So at that time, I joined with his group assignments. All people on the bus, almost like 20 people, are his classmates. The only person that I know, which is him, as well as I'm not quite close to him as well. As I said, because we have like different gender, so I try to avoid getting shipping. But yes, we go on a trip. Like during we're riding the bus, because we have a lot of plenty time. We spend almost 2 to 3 hours in order to like arrive at our destiny. So at first, I just went there. I sit next to him. We don't know what should we talk, so we just put on earphones and listen to music like individually. But I don't know like what's going on at that time. Maybe we have a bus stop and we eat some snack, some breakfast together, and once we got back to the bus, because we haven't finished our snack yet, so we continue eating it. And after that we start talking about this, about that, and like the conversation is go deeper and deeper. We started sharing about our experience because we also like traveling to the countryside. He's used to live at the countryside and I am a city girl. I'm not quite sure what is the lifestyle as a, I would say that the country boys, that's what I can say. Yep. So I asked him like how he's grow up, what is his childhood look like, and surprisingly he's very happy in order to share me his story. He started talking about something he had done as a kid, good things, bad things. He shared about his childhood friends. He's talking about his relationship with his family. He's also mentioned about his grandma. Like, I'm so surprised. I listened to him carefully. Like at the time, I avoiding talk over him because I want to know about him. As my friends, I want to know more because those information is quite new and it's very interesting. I do love to understand about specific people. And after he's sharing, we all laugh and it's so much fun that again, as I can say, I do proud of myself that I can create an environment for people in order to feel safe and to share about their story. Because sometimes when we share about our stuff, we will worried about feeling judging. But at the time, I try to interact with him, ask him some question. He share about his funny story. Like, I would say that it's really rare for him to share about those, but I do appreciate it. As a friend, I really like, wow, I feels like I discover another part of him, which is I never had seen him like that before. I never know about that side of him before, so I do appreciate it. But not but like yeah. And as I said, we make friends as a college. In college, it's not easy as our childhood friends or high school friends. We make friends, but very in the professional way. That's what I can say. So once he shared those information to me, I feels like okay, I'm quite special to him as a friend, that he feel comfortable enough in order to share me the information. And after you see the other side of one person, it's really give us a brand new version of that person. Because yeah, as a human, when we meet people, we always create a stereotype of them. We might think that, okay, if the person's not really talking, we might think that they are introvert, they have high ego, not friendly, some kind of stuff. But when we do manage enough time to talk to that person directly, personally, it's really give me another vibe, and I do appreciate it, and I really love those kind of conversation. And the and from that day I learned a lot from him, like, okay, that's pretty cool. Alright, so now let's move to another story which is similar to this one. I also have another male friend, but I just know him recently. I would say that for almost 2 years, not quietly. Yeah, I might say that it's 2 years. He's quite new to the group, and again, before I know him, like, as a people, we always build the stereotype in person. We judge them like, okay, he's this, like this, like this, like that. But after I know him, at that time, it really out of the blue for two of us to have a dinner together. I don't remember what is the reason behind that, like why only two of us go to the dinner. But I do enjoy that. Like, I do enjoy that dinner because, like, we put ourselves as a friends. We build a very strong boundary that both of us are friends. So we openly sharing our mindset. We openly sharing our thought about the relationship and some kind of stuff. And at the time, yeah, we are adult and we are age enough to drink some alcohol, but not really drunk at all, but just sip a little bit and have a conversation. And I would say that that time it's very I would say that that time is very special because, I don't know, like some people, even though you just know them, but they give us the comfortable vibe in order to talk about, like, the deep story that we had hide before, we never mentioned to other people. I don't say that my female friends or other friends they are bad or whatsoever, but it's quite hard to explain. But our gut feeling, when we have a very good vibe with one person, it's give us a friendly environment in order to share our thought. And for me personally, I'm not really a type of person who share about my own story. Mostly I really want to know about other people's story, but for my own stuff I always keep it shut. But again, as I said, like, some people they just give us a very positive vibe in order to share about our thought, maybe about our sadness and some kind, like what we have think about. Like, they give us the vibe that we might not getting judged if we share about our perception. And yeah, that's my male friends. He really give that vibe to me naturally. So at the time we openly talking about our past experience, about our past relationship, how was it, like what it's like. And because our past relationship with our ex, it's like we are in a young age, young people, like in a teenager we always do something dumb. And actually, like, it might also give us a traumatized about the relationship because we don't have the confirmation, like to verify about our action, whether at the time we do good or is it our fault. But yeah, like during that dinner, I bring those all memories up to share with him, and yeah, he could give me some advice, and I do really love his advice because, as I said, we came from different gender. I do believe that we have different perspective, we have different concept in order to view the relationship. And after I'm sharing with him, he share about his own thought, he share about his point of view, like what's going on there, and it's really helped me healing my scar, healing my broken part. I do appreciate it, as well as him. He also share about his stuff. Some story it's really related because I would say that we are in the different generation. We just have like I'm older than him only a few year gaps, so most of the thing is really related. And like after we have the conversation, he's give me the vibe that not only me doing the stupid stuff, but him as well, because again we are in our teenager, we are in high school, we not really have a critical mindset in order to making a very great decision. And yeah, after I talking with him, it's give me a very good vibe, and I do appreciate it. So to wrap up quickly in this video, I just want to share that if you have friends both gender, I think it's really essential for you to spare time with them individually. I don't know, just ask your friend for a date. I would say it's like a date, and talk with them individually, learn about them, observe them, study about them, like how is their interest, like learn their story, and you will find out something interesting about them. It's so much fun, and especially if you are a type of person who is they call like emotional intelligent, or you are the person who loves storytelling and love to observing people. I do suggest you to take your friend out as a date. You might have a lot of friends. You might choose one who are you're interested in. You can have some fun with them. Maybe go on a trip. I highly recommend. But if you are not old enough to do so, maybe just eat something together and just chit chat about this, about that, and after that, I believe that you will develop, like our chemistry will develop to the deep conversation and learn about one and another a lot. And I would say that those kind of action, it's really build our friendship very stronger. Like we understand each other quite more, and we also can avoid doing stuff that might hurt that feeling or something that's sensitive to them, because when they share about the story, of course they're gonna mix up with their traumas, with their sadness. So as a friends, I think it's very great in order to learn from them and avoid doing something hurting your friend's feeling unintentionally, something like that. And I think that if you are the one who watched this video, I believe you might spend a lot of time with your friend who have the same gender, especially if you are girls. Yes, girls do talk a lot, we do understand each other a lot, but if you also have a guy's friends, I recommend you, or I urge you, in order to spend time with them. You don't need to care about other people shipping both of you, as long as you have a very strong boundary with one and another, that both of you are friends. No one can say anything about it. we might know ourselves, so you don't need to care about the judgment, but take some times to go out with them, learn about them, and I would say that it's going to be the best experience that you have ever had, and you also can build or develop another step of friendship with one another. And yeah, I would say that this is all the story for my video. Again, it's just my own personal experience, but I think it's really important as well if you are look at it and trying to do something new, learn about your friends, let's surprise them how your story is, like how your childhood was. I think they will appreciate it to hear our story as well. So this is all for my video, and see you in the next one. Goodbye.